Hello everyone. This reading is for the sign of Aquarius, but feel free to cross-watch any other sign that feels relevant to you. First thing though is I'm not a therapist, and please do not use these readings to replace any kind of professional advice. Also, I would like you to approach this reading with an open mind and an open heart, and basically just like when you have conversations with your friends, you don't always heed their advice, or their advice it feels wrong, or sorry, my cat is trying to cause trouble, or or you decide to do like the opposite of the advice given. So I guess that's the same as not listening to advice. But anyway, take what makes sense to you, feels right to you, and leave behind all the rest. So Aquarius, I have my tarot cards here, and we shall begin your reading. What is the message, Aquarius? What is the message for Aquarius? What is the message for Aquarius? Okay, first card is the Devil River. So a loosening or even a breaking of chains. Then we have the, what is that? The Three of Cups? No, sorry, Wands. The Three of Wands and the Nine of Cups. First thing I want to say is that January is going to be, especially the end of January, possibly closer to being into your star sign season, so Aquarius season. But first, let me clarify that the Devil card represents Capricorn. So that's the reason I'm saying January, but it's closer to the end of Capricorn season because it's reversed. So this is something that's going to happen in January. Or if you think about the past January, this is something that happened then and is going to either, repeat itself. It's a situation that might repeat itself, or you're going to realize that you're still in the same situation and nothing has changed since a year ago, essentially. And the Three of Wands to me is saying you're kind of what I'm seeing is you're kind of weighing your options and seeing which direction things are going to take, or considering. And of course, with the Nine of Cups, I'm thinking New Year's Eve, this really fun time. But also I'm thinking maybe this is going to be a time where you're going to realize how grateful you should be for the life or opportunities that you've been given. So I'm looking at the Devil card and I'm thinking there's going to be a release from whatever you feel is holding you back. And then from that release, you're going to be able to actually weigh your options of what to do next. And it's going to be a reason why you feel overjoyed. Then we have the Sun card, which represents the sun. But my immediate thought was star sign, or sun sign. And we're dealing with Aquarius, the Aquarius star sign. So Aquarius season, when the sun moves from Capricorn, because we're dealing with that, like the end phase of Capricorn season and transitioning into sun sign season. Aquarius season. Sorry, I'm gonna hopefully that's a bit better. Maybe not. Anyway, for some reason, I want to say the words, "You're standing in the light." And what that could mean is that maybe there's a moment of enlightenment that you'll be having, where there's something that comes into the light and reveals itself, and then maybe that's when you figure out that something needs to be done, or you need to do something about the situation. What that is going to be, each individual Aquarius is going to have to figure that out for themselves, because this is a collective reading for the sign of Aquarius. Then we have the Empress card. So the Empress is Venus. So it will have to do something with relationships in every shape or form. Maybe what the situation is that sort of has stepped into the light is you are realizing that you are growing. And so one thing you're noticing is that your relationships aren't growing with you, or they're not at that point yet. And for you, there's a quiet transformation that's been going on. And it's finally becoming more and more noticeable for you that there's this need for you to kind of move away from past relationships. And it's definitely not cutting ties, not going no contact. It's more about letting your relationships know that there's a gentle need to allow yourself to grow. And maybe some of them will understand and some of them won't. But that's not for you to control. All you have to do is live your life, make your decisions, and others will either support you all the way or they won't, and they'll decide to leave. But again, that's not up to you to decide for them. They have to do it for themselves, just like you are deciding to finally let yourself grow and develop away from these relationships that may feel like they're holding you back. Then we have the Eight of Pentacles reversed. And the way that I want to interpret this card in the reverse position right now is this is going to be a lot of inner work. But I'm seeing the Nine of Cups also, and I feel like you're more than happy to do it. You're overjoyed for the opportunity to grow and develop into the person you feel you are becoming. Wow, this is kind of a really fast reading. I'm really surprised by that. And the bottom of the deck is the Five of Pentacles. And I feel like this card is saying you are done with feeling the way you were feeling. Like you don't want to feel that way anymore. And you just want to like kind of slough off whatever it is that's being a burden or holding you back. You just want to let it go. But I feel like the Sun card and the Empress card are saying don't do it so suddenly. Do it gently and healthfully, in a healthy way. Or it's like this is an opportunity for you to show that you have grown from the person you were in the past. You're no longer that person. You're someone who has grown and is more mature and more gentle about the way that they approach things. Okay, Aquarius, that is your reading. In terms of astrology, real quick, we do have Capricorn with the Devil card, and it's the end of Capricorn season because the Devil card is reversed. Then we have the Sun card. So one way to interpret the Sun is a year's length of time. But we also want to think about themes like health, creativity, productivity, enlightenment, gaining knowledge, gaining realization. And then we have the Empress, which is Venus. And that's why I say relationships are important, or they're the reason. Your relationships are going to be your relationships are going to help you realize that you've become a different person. And also there's like a gentleness to the Empress card, the ruling planet Venus. The sun rules Leo, but I don't feel like this is directly referring to either Taurus or Leo. And I also don't feel like Capricorn, like these people with these signs are not involved. I mean, they could be, of course, depending on your situation, but through this reading, I'm not getting that directly. I don't think that actual people with those signs are involved. It's more of like these Capricorn, it's more of like this is going to take place at the end of Capricorn season and during the transition into Aquarius season. And the sun and Venus have an influencing factor into what transpires during that time. All right. Well, okay, that is it for this reading. Thank you so much for being here, Aquarius, and please, if you have any thoughts, leave them in the comment section. I would be more than happy to read and respond and stuff, and give the video a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. All right, bye, Aquarius. See you next time.